and welcome back to At Home with Puppets from Spare Parts Puppet Theatre.
This week we'll be making puppets out of materials from nature.
This could be from a garden or a park.
When you go out to collect materials, look for things that have already fallen to the ground.
And check with an adult before you pick something from a bush.
In today's video, we'll be showing you our puppets and hopefully it inspires you to create your own.
Let's get started.
So we're in my backyard right now. We're going to have a look for some items. Let's do it. Now that I've got some materials, let's go see what I got. So here's all the stuff that I managed to collect in the backyard. There are some rocks, leaves, feathers, sticks, and some bark. So this is kind of cool. It's a big magician's wand, but I wonder how I can use it. So the first thing I tried to do was try to find the body of the puppet. While I was playing around, I saw this awesome thing where you can stick the feather into the tree bark and it looks like wings. So I ended up using the magician's wand for the tail, and here's my first draft. To make the big stick less messy, I used sandpaper to file it down. When I was looking around, I saw one of the feathers that I could use for its head, and the flowers I ended up using as its eyes. So here's my second draft of the puppet. It now has a face, but its body still has a way to go. But now my puppet has a head, wings, and a tail, so now I'm going to try and give it some feathers. When I was looking around, I saw a twig with leaves on it, which I ended up using as an extension of the tail. The green leaves I ended up using as feathers. So here's my finished product. What I ended up doing was I used a toothpick to go poke the holes so that I could stick the leaves into it.
Hey, so now it's time to begin exploring and figuring out what kind of puppet we want to make. So first things first, let's go have a bit of an explore, huh? Okay, so now I've got my things and let's get started. All right, so I start with trying to figure out how I want to make a skirt with the leaves, as I thought that would look really, really cool. I tied it up with elastics to give it kind of a bit more of a rustic kind of look, and I thought the black looked really cool against the green as well. So the issue with these leaves that I wanted to use was that, one, they were quite close to the colour of the stick, and they were also quite weak, so I put paper behind them to accentuate them and make them a bit stronger. This also meant though that they were a bit too heavy to rely on just their stem. So as you can see, I am about to stick them onto the stick directly so they sit better. So here she is. She's got a cool flower skirt, and I really hope you guys like her and use her as inspiration.
Hello. So we are out here in my garden. It's a nice day, as you can see. And we're going to look for some objects that we might be able to make some puppets with. Let's see what we can find. I have this giant frangipani tree out the back, so pick up some frangipani flowers. They could be useful. Maybe some dried leaves. Oh, these yellow leaves could be nice too. This little tree looks cool. It's got a little leaf and it's sawn off. So I've gone around my garden and found some objects that we could use. So I've got this stick with a leaf, which looks quite fun. It's been sawed off. Some yellow leaves, sticks, dried leaves. Found some wood chips. And I found loads of frangipani leaves that have fallen to the ground. So we can definitely find a use for that. It smells good. So the first thing I did was I explored what the objects might look like together. What kind of combinations might work to create something. I then started to assemble them and put them together. I used some twine that I had, and I wrapped that twine all around the sticks to try and put them together to create this kind of character. One of the sticks had a really nice face on it, so I wanted to try and aim to use that as its front, and then tied it all together with twine to give it the body. One of the sticks I was using had a nice sort of natural arm to it, so I made sure that was in the right position. And then I also wanted to use a frangipani flower as its legs. So I stuck some glue down on the bottom and then waited for it to set in its position. I found some nice seeds to use as eyes and a mouth. and I stuck those on with some glue as well. And then this leaf that was detached from one of the sticks, I thought it might be a costume at first, but then I found it actually worked better as hair.
So I finished building my puppet. Here it is. I've made some edits as well, as you can see. The frangipani flower has become these sort of shoulder pads here. And I thought, why just have 2 legs and 2 arms when you can have 3 legs and 3 arms? So I look forward to seeing what you create in your garden.
Hopefully those examples inspire you to create your own puppet.
We're looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
If you get stuck, use your environment for some inspiration.
We will be back with some tips on how to create a buddy for your puppet and how to perform with both.
So stay tuned.
Bye!
Bye everyone.